Cannabis Nursing Solutions is a premier education and consulting business focused on cannabis as medicine. Ashley is the owner and CEO of Cannabis Nursing Solutions. And to find out more about our trainings and offerings, find us at Cannabis Nursing Solutions, LLC. Hey, this is Ashley from Cannabis Nursing Solutions. I just wanted to come here today and talk to you about something that we chatted about in my Canna Nurse Mastermind group. It's an informal group where we sit down and we just support each other and we expand and just grow in this cannabis nurse space because there is no blueprint for it yet. And we come together, we support each other, we uplift each other, and we let everybody know who comes that they're not alone. But anyway, we were talking about this topic yesterday, and I'm not here to pretend like I'm an attorney or give you any legal advice or anything. Really, it's just a opportunity for me to give you some keywords and to kind of trigger some thoughts to make sure that you have a long-standing journey in this cannabis nurse space. I am in a program right now where I'm learning a lot about entrepreneurship, and they quoted a timeline for the average business, a good business, 20 years. The average business fails within 5 to 7 years. And I'd like to think, and I don't know, they didn't give me data on this, but I'd like to think that it has a lot to do with not securing your long-term future through owning your intellectual property, right? And again, I'm not an expert. I really don't know, but I'm here to tell you some of the stuff that has been told to me through some of the consultations that I've done. And I hope you take that information and you're able to build upon it, secure your future, and maybe do something more than I've done. That's my goal. So I'm going to start off with of what intellectual property is. Intellectual property is a work or invention that is the result of creativity, such as a manuscript or a design, to which one has the rights and for which one may apply for patent, copyright, or trademark. Now, this is interesting to me because what this is saying is you could be as creative as you want. You could be out here creating all the stuff you want. You want to dance, you can dance. If you want to write books, you can write books. But the second piece of it is you have to apply for the rights. You have to own the rights of it to be considered intellectual property. And we kind of use the term intellectual property very freely. Like, I had an idea, so that means it's my intellectual property. No, technically, no. Based on the definition, it's not intellectual property until you have applied and have been awarded the rights to that creation, right? And I just want to throw this out there too. An idea cannot be protected. You have to in some way write down or record or document that idea in order to be able to protect yourself. So let's talk about the different types of ways you can protect yourself. There are patents, copyright, and trademark. Patents are for inventions. They are things that change the way you live and you work, right? If the light bulb, we didn't have light bulbs before, and we used to use candles to light our way, and now we use light bulbs and we don't have to have candles. It's not as dangerous. Now our whole lives have changed because now we have lights or the ring light. I don't know. And then there is copyright. Copyright protects your literary work, any media, any images, pictures, music, anything. But it has to be documented. It has to be recorded. You cannot protect it if it's just an idea or it's just a thought. And, in this regard, we have to be very careful about how we communicate with people about our ideas, because it might be our idea, but they take our idea and turn it into a product or turn it into a book or something along those lines. And now it's theirs, and they own it. They own the rights to it, especially if they apply for copyright protections, should I say. And then there's trademark. This is the mark that brings people to a specific good or service. The most identifiable trademark that we may be aware of is like Nike, the Nike symbol, the Nike check. That lets people know that is owned by Nike. And now you have correlated a certain type of quality to it. So the value in having a trademark is over time you develop goodwill behind your brand or that mark that identifies your brand. And the more that people associate good quality with that brand, it equals to that, it increases the value of your trademark. So those are just the three different ways that I'm aware of that you can protect your intellectual property. But I just wanted to throw it out there because I want anybody who is following me or interacting with me, I definitely want them to grow, which is why I started the Cannabis Nurse Mastermind group. And I want them to create, because that is our purpose here, is to allow flow to bring creation. But I also want you all to participate in this capitalistic society that we live in and own your creations at the same time.
I just wanted to add here too that cannabis nursing is so intriguing to me because there are so many opportunities to establish yourself and create different things because it hasn't been created. We've been living in a prohibition for so long. This is one of the very few industries that haven't been over taxed with ideas and creations. But it won't do you any service if you don't own the rights to those ideas or those creations, and we allow other people to take advantage of that. So if you're interested in cannabis nursing as a specialty, especially while it's not even being identified as a specialty, I think that intellectual property should be researched and delved into greatly because you could definitely benefit from it long term for not only yourself, but maybe your children or anybody else that you're passing down wealth to. Okay, now that I've interrupted myself, back to what I was originally saying.
We are not here to create and not benefit from the law of compensation. Let's be real about that. So that's my 2 cents on intellectual property. Again, I am not a lawyer. I am not giving you legal advice here. But what I will say is I will share any information that I've learned along my journey over these few years as a cannabis nurse, as a new entrepreneur, and as a Black woman. The thing of it is, a lot of women of color like me, we're not given access to a lot of this information, or we don't know where to start in our journey to find that information. If you do have the information and this is for you, then that's great as well. But this is for those people who did not have access to it, weren't aware of it before. And the only reason they have it is through this medium today. And I hope that it takes you on a long journey of research and finding the subject matter experts that can guide you along your way. So I hope that was helpful to you. My name is Ashley. I'm from Cannabis Nursing Solutions. Please be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. And it's very important, especially with a cannabis business, because a lot of times our social media will block this information. So if you could please share it and please subscribe to this information and maybe even leave a comment. Let me know if this information was helpful for you. Don't forget to follow me at Cannabis Nursing Solutions on Instagram. And you can go to my website, www.cannabisnursingsolutionsllc.com for more information about Cannabis Nursing Solutions. Bye.